Off of turn number 4, we're green in the Race 8 100.
Always dicey with that fuel in the back. Heavy as they go into turn number 1.
Santos going to have the early advantage here as they work onto the back straightaway. And you said it right now, they are tiptoeing because, as I said earlier, maximum size 75 gallons on the back bumper of these things as they'll make their way around. Problems for the 31. Berkheimer going to go ahead and slow it down and take it down on the pit lane. As lap number 1, it will be the 98 of Santos leading the way.
And you got to keep your eye on Cody Swanson, but he's got to be careful. They're still too wide. He's going to try to pick his way through the field. There's one. Can he get more as they get down into turn number 3?
The NOS Energy number 91 peeking down to that middle groove now as they come around to the near side of the racetrack. It is still Santos leading as they click off lap number 2. Grant still right there in second. Leary running in third. He just turned the quickest lap of the race so far in that third spot. Dakota Armstrong running in fourth. Jake Traynor right now running at your top 5. As looks like Swanson smoke coming off of the 77. His night not getting any better here. Down to the apron over in turns 1 and 2, so it looks like mechanical problems will strike the 77. He had already made his way up into almost the 7th spot there, but it looks like his night may be coming to a close. Santos, he's pretty much been out on a cruise on this thing right now as we're coming up on lap number 20, and looks like a challenge for that 2nd spot here. Leary going to dive to the inside. Couldn't make it stick down to the bottom, brings it up the racetrack.
Yeah, and that's where, if your car will handle down there fine, it looks like CJ is kind of leaning on the right rear little when he does it. So if he clears him, which he just did, which is a great move, and he should drive forward and see what he's got now.
Starting to get the elbows up here and come after your leader. Does he get the run this time into turn number 3? Takes it down to the middle groove. Not quite the momentum he needs. He's on the left rear of Santos. They come around to the front straightaway. Led laps last week. Unfortunately lost a tire late in the running. Still running second. Separated by .088 that time.
I think Bobby's fading here because the rest of the pack's starting to catch him a little bit too, and there's no way Bobby would roll over and let them by. He slowed down to 10th that last lap, so that's all he's got.
So when you talked about it, and you called it earlier, where you're going to know where your car is really by about lap 25, and from that point you're just hoping it's going to make the distance. Is it a case where maybe they just kind of missed out on the setup, or maybe picked the wrong compound?
I don't know if it's compound. Stagger, these things are bias-ply tires, so no matter how much you think you have the stagger perfect, that air pressure changes just a little bit, or it goes a little lower on the left rear and it shrinks, right rear grows. Hard to change, but we're looking at 1/8-inch increments on stagger here, so if it changes a 1/4 inch, you're way out to lunch.
And it makes a huge difference in these cars as he's side by side at the line, missed the lead by .036 seconds. Bobby fighting back on that outside. He's got the preferred line right now. He's able to keep that momentum up, but boy, Leary going to dive it in about 10 foot deeper. Grant's watching all this go on, and he's just looking for a hole to maybe try to clip the coupon and get a 2-for-1 deal, as now you'll have a new leader down to the inside with the lead. CJ Leary takes it at lap number 50. So Leary to the lead at the midpoint. Santos back to second. Justin Grant still right there in third, with Armstrong giving chase. Top 4 continue to run under a blanket here, as now Grant's going to look to the inside for that runner-up spot. As Rory came up on him, and I thought those two were going to make a little contact there for a second.
Yeah, and he's definitely moved up for where he was working that low groove, trying to dive in. He's starting to move up a little, so it must not be handling like it was.
Tyler going to the top side of the racetrack, right in the middle of turns 1 and 2, and got the run on the 5 of Armstrong. He's going to take the spot as they make their way off into turns 3 and 4. So move the 41 up into third. Armstrong going to roll back into his tire tracks here. See if he tries to dive down to the inside. He does not. Rohrig, now next driver in line, going to go after the 91 of Justin Grant. Advantage 1.764 with 13 to go for CJ Leary. So Armstrong moving his line all the way to the bottom through turns 1 and 2. Rohrig, oh no, problems on the 41. I was about to say, looks like he's shifting his line. No, he's shifting it down and going to pit lane. So tragedy befalls Tyler Rohrig as he had raced it up into third. Finds the high side over in turns 1 and 2. Rolls to the back straightaway for the final time. He will take that car off into turns 3 and 4. And for the first time in 2025, he is going to report to victory lane. CJ Leary wins the Race 8 100. Let him hear it, CJ Leary.
The very least, CJ, the season you've had, the year you've had as a whole, has a win ever felt so good?
I'm just glad Mike's not here. He said he was going to kiss me for our first win, so I'm sure he's back home watching, and Jerry Petty with 𝑯𝑰𝑮𝑯𝑳𝑰𝑮𝑉𝑚 Windows and Doors for being on board, and Phil Rossi with Apache Transport. Man, I'm out of breath. That was a long race. Those last couple laps, it's like an eternity. This place has never been one of my best racetracks, and I told you on the way here today that I was excited to come. And Joe Devon has just worked his tail off, and Chris Phillips just, man, they've put in so much time on this car, and Corey with Advanced Racing Shocks, he's really been in our corner. So all the guys that do a bunch of work. I felt like we lost one last weekend just due to a tire choice at Hutchinson. So it's a good week to get fast. Sprint week starts tomorrow. Really looking forward to it, but we needed this win bad. It's been a long time since we've been in victory lane.
Years ago, you mentioned Indianapolis Raceway Park, not a place that you look forward to, but in recent years, we've seen you have more consistent podium finishes, including your first win at this racetrack. What has changed?
I think just getting the seat time with Bob East the last couple of years has been good, and then, like I said, Joe Devon built a fabulous race car over the winter, and he put so many man hours into it. I just so thankful for Joe and DRC Chassis, and Stanton Racing Engines gave us a really good drivable engine package for this year. And man, I know my dad would be so proud. He loved this place, and he probably hit the wall everywhere around here. He never did get the win, but I'm glad he's standing here, and can't wait to celebrate with my boys.
First win of the USAC National season in 2025. He is your winner of the Race Aid 100 here at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Drake York has second.